What is up, everybody? Jaden here. Today I have Danico from Cali, and he's 27, and he's going to be sharing with you today how he got to 15K in sales with under 6 months of being in the academy. But first, before we get into all that, just real quick, wanted him to introduce himself.
Hey guys, my name is Danico. I actually hit 15K this month on Amazon. I've been actually doing Amazon for 2 months now since joining Jaden's program, and everything's been good.
Sweet, man. Sweet. I'm excited. So real quick, I just want to kind of go through your whole journey of just where you were like before the academy, what we did in the academy, and the results you're seeing now. So let's just start out like, what were you kind of doing before the academy? Like what was your life looking like?
So before the academy, I was actually working in healthcare. Mhm.
Mhm.
I work at UCLA as a sterile processing technician. It involves a lot of like physical work, working with patients daily, and I kind of got tired of like doing overtime just to make that extra income or get that extra boost of income. So I kind of like went online and started searching like how to make online on the side, and then I saw on Instagram your videos, and that caught my attention. So I reached out to you. I was curious on what it was about, and I started watching all these other videos on how to do Amazon FBA, and I was
Mhm.
very curious about it, and I went to go. I went to try it, and then I reached out to you, and then you pitched me, and now here I am in the academy.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Sweet, man. Sweet. So yeah, that's crazy. It's 15K in the last 60 days. So you started out as a technician. I mean, how did you get to the point where you knew like Amazon was the right route for you? Because there's a lot of other business models you could have got into.
Yeah, I feel like I've worked in sales before, and it's another thing that kind of like got my interest on Amazon since it's similar to do with sales. So
Hmm.
and I feel like Amazon does make sense with, and it does, and I feel like I believed it worked at the time. So I kind of like hopped on it too, and basically what I saw from you and your students, I kind of like took the leap of faith and just joined it.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So why not like just go try to learn it yourself instead of like getting proper coaching?
I don't know, because I feel like instead of watching these YouTube videos, don't get me wrong, like they'll tell you great information about like certain topics on how to be successful on Amazon. But I feel like that one-on-one coaching, that there's always a particular question that needs to be answered for you to get that, like to kind of like get over the hump, you know?
Hmm. Makes sense. Makes sense. So for you, you thought it would just be quicker, go pay someone, get their information, and then be able to take action on that. Makes sense. It makes sense to me. And okay, so you figured out like, Amazon's going to be the right business model for me. You saw me on Instagram, and like I feel like there's so many like Amazon FBA gurus out there. I mean, like, why did you pick me?
I don't know. Whatever I saw from you, I felt like there was a certain belief that you could give me like a certain blueprint for me to
Mhm.
be successful on that Amazon route, you know.
Makes
And
sense.
and I know you are a believer on online arbitrage, and it does make more sense when you're already selling big name brands on Amazon. So instead of doing like wholesale and private labeling, um I believe online arbitrage was gonna get me there.
Makes sense. Okay, sweet. So you got started, and yeah, I know you've been in for the last 60 days now. So I think you're going up on your 2 months of being in the academy. So kind of share with me like what was the first month like for you in the academy?
The first month was a bit of a struggle because you had to sign up for everything. You were kind of like, I was a bit kind of curious on like, or yeah, I was curious on how to do certain things, And of course, you guys helped me out throughout the way. But in the beginning, all the ungating process was a bit frustrating for me because I was very limited to selling certain products. But you
Mhm.
guys showed me a way on like on how to get ungated. Keep on believing, because right now this time during Q4, it is a bit of a struggle to get ungated.
Yeah.
It takes a bit longer, but you just got to keep on applying and applying, and eventually you will get approved to get to sell these brands. And then once I got to sell these brands, everything just started like clicking for me, you know.
Mhm. Makes sense. Makes sense. So for month one was really just like being able to learn what Amazon's about, what this model is about, how to do like the product research, learn all that stuff, get the softwares, try to get approved, go through that long ungating process. And then moving into month two, tell me a little bit more about month two.
So month two, as I was getting more comfortable with product research, getting kind of to know more about like what the market is, now I kind of got more used to it. And then I know like my product research started getting faster. When I would go to retail stores, I know which products to buy, instead of like wasting my time, like kind of like searching for certain products.
Mhm.
But yeah, I spent less time on product research, just knowing the market on what and knowing what to find already.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So now you feel a little bit more confident. And when did you get your first sales? Was that like in month one or month two?
I think it was the beginning of month two, because beginning of month two is when I started getting all my inventory through the mail.
Mhm.
Month one was basically just all learning process, how Amazon works and all that stuff, all the ungating, buying all the 10 units, sending out the invoices. But beginning of month two was my first sale.
Makes sense. So beginning of month two was your first sale. And I know you've been ramping up this Q4 and you've been doing really good. So like what are you doing per week now?
So per week, I would honestly, like, my bread and butter right now is shoes. I go to outlets, I go to Nike, I go to Adidas, and I hit up the outlets probably like 2-3 times a week.
Mhm.
Um I get connections with the store managers, with the employees. I let them know, I'm like, hey, I'm an Amazon reseller, and they love bulk buyers. So
Yeah.
once they hear that you're a bulk buyer, they'll greatly help you out with anything that you need. So definitely make that connection with your store managers and employees, because they will hook it up with you.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Yeah, man. Like being able to connect with those people is big because I don't know if you know this or not, but they actually get a commission on what they sell you. So
Oh,
it benefits them and it also benefits you as well as the seller. So throughout these last 2 months now, I know like you're ramping up. You've got to the point where you're doing around like $1,000 a day in sales right now. Um, what type of coaching do you think has helped you the most? Because like in the academy right now, I mean, we have the videos, we have the DM support one-on-one with me and Ryan. You could book one-on-one calls with Ryan. We have the group coaching calls. So for you, what has helped you out the most?
honestly, the one-on-one coaching with you and Ryan,
Mhm.
just kind of like briefly discussing like what your guys' experience was, and I just basically listen to whatever you guys have to say, execute it, and whatever you guys tell me, that becomes very successful. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the name of the game, man. You just got to take action on what other people are doing and that's working for other people. So that makes sense to me. That makes sense. So more than just like the one-on-one coaching is the biggest thing that helped you. And for you, like I know, dude, like you literally started 60 days ago, right? So you're still a newbie. Like, what's the next steps for you in the next like 6 months? Like, do you have like any goals for the future with this business?
For goals in the future, honestly, my goal is just to keep on scaling up, man. Like, I'm trying to get to like 50, 60K, 100K, man. And once I get to that point, or that goal, I'll probably start like expanding my business as to like hiring other people as well. Um,
Mhm.
instead of me because me investing my time on product research, I have someone else be doing product research for me as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's kind of like the my end goal is to basically have more freedom in my business.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. I feel like at the end of the day, like as a business owner starting out, like, and you're probably seeing this right now, you start out as a solopreneur where you're doing it yourself. It's awesome because you're making a income by yourself instead of like working a job and doing that. But then you get to the point where you're the constraint to your own vehicle. And the only way to kind of break that constraint and keep on scaling is going to come from delegation and outsourcing and being able to hire more people and get their time in your business so you could free up your time. So that makes sense to me, man. And real quick, do you mind showing the people today at home just how much sales you have done?
Yeah, hold on. Let me share my screen real quick.
Let me.
Let me get my phone. It's
All
easy.
right, no worries. There we go. 15K in the last 30 days. Okay, sweet man. Sweet man. Been killing it. And I feel like for a lot of people, man, they hop on that call, they see what the academy is all about, and it's just really hard to make that decision, right? To take that next step forward. So for you, like what kicked you over the fence to just decide the academy was the right move for you?
I feel like joining the academy was the next move for me. Just because I have certain questions that needed to be answered, and I feel like that one-on-one mentorship will definitely help me out. Kind of like move to the next step of my Amazon business.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, let's just do it. Worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. If it does, then the sky's the limit, you know?
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. And would you recommend other people to work with us?
Yeah, of course. I definitely recommend joining the program. There is a lot of bunch of students in the academy that you could also network with. There is a lot of one-on-one coaching with Jaden and the other head coach Ryan. They're very great at what they do. All you got to do is listen to them, execute the game plan, and everything will be history, man. I'm telling you.
Sweet, man. Sweet. Well, it was nice having you on, Danico, and thank you for so much for the people watching at home and have a good one.
All right.
Sweet, man.